Libra, welcome to your reading. Libra, this is a general reading, and if it sounds like I have a list, it's because I have my teeth whitener strips in. So let's go ahead and start your session. Your session will consist of, we're going to take a look at what you're clinging onto, Libra. And Libra, just a FYI, you are an air sign. Okay. Why did that slip out? Intense. Some of you Libras want a family here. You're clinging on to the idea of wanting a family. That could be a desire for some of you. Others of you, it just has to do with tradition. And you are wanting a family. Libra, this is only 5% of you in the collective. The reason you already have 3 children, by your person. And what you don't know is that they have 2 children outside of the relationship. The status or the level of the relationship, that's not my concern. I just want to let you know that if you're wondering, because your family is doing okay, but unfortunately your last child, the youngest one, the baby, is they feel seen, but they're not being heard. Their creativity is not being acknowledged. They need to be embraced at this time. One of the parents, whether it's the father or the mother, I don't know if you're same-sex relationship, it doesn't matter. One of you um, needs to step up to the plate. There's either masculine energy lacking or feminine energy lacking. And pertaining to the youngest child's character, that's set. It's just there's a lack of some type of attention. And whoever the parent is who's lacking providing the attention, they have 2 children outside of the relationship who's getting that attention. And what the big secret is the young child knows about the other 2 siblings. What is the advice about that? Clinging on to. Explain this. And I'm referencing to the situation with the child. For those of you who are wanting a family, the reason why it's not happening is because there's a child or children, twins to be exact, elsewhere. Peace, failure, and guilt. The youngest child is going through a lot, and they should not have to bear this burden of a secret skeleton in the closet. So, pertaining to communication, this, it's not fair to the child. Mm. What's so crazy is the younger child wants to be with the other children that are hidden. They don't want to be with the children that are not hidden. They want to be with the twins or the other two children that are um, their sibling. So it looks like there's a child who wants to be with the other parent and not the parent that they currently reside with. Communication is key here. It's fair. You must be fair when listening to a child. It's not all about just saying you're a child, you don't know what you're talking about. First of all, hear what the child has to say and then get out of being a child yourself so that you can register what the child is saying and so that it can be a resolve so that it can be resolved properly where both parties are heard. Yes, we're an adult, but remember you are a child too. All right, what are the messages you have for Libra? Value is coming out. Focus on the things you value. So this is letting me know that you're focused. You seem to be present, but no. You're holding on to resentment, Libra. And you're being asked to let go of resentment. What's blocking you is your own self, Libra. You're clinging on to resentment and you need to take a look at why you are clinging on to resentment. Why is Libra clinging on to resentment? Why is Drake clinging on to resentment? I mean, why is Libra clinging on to resentment? Excuse me, what you don't see is denial and humor. Yeah, like I said, Libra, you seem to be present, but really you're not. You're clinging on to the things that happened in the past, and for the most part, just overall resentment, and you're in denial of it. It's kind of like you could be laughing, but really hurting inside, or you could be something can upset you, and you laugh it off, but in reality you want to give somebody a piece of your mind, and it's like you take the higher road, but the higher road leads to no destination because you're holding on to what it is that like was in some sense of disliking. All right, and it just you've been doing it for quite some time that you don't even realize that you're doing it. No one is perfect. All right, what other messages do you have for Libra? If you believe in peaceful resolution, I love this. Your first spread, when I told you about communication, about listening to the child, and don't become a child yourself so that you can be able to resolve the matter. When it comes to wanting to create a family, if the other party does not want to extend or create a family, it has to be a respecting, agree to disagree as well. When it comes down to resentment, okay, if you step into your musicianship, you have everything that you need to fulfill whatever desire that you need at this time, whether that's peace, whether that is common ground, whether that's getting your way, Libra. Justice is at your beck and call. And it's not justice in the sense of, someone gets time out and has to pay the penalties. No, this is you saying, you receiving justice. What do you want, Libra? What are the message you have for Libra? Mhm. What are the message you have for my Libra? All inquiries, email spiritual guiding light, Libra. Most High, forgive me. I didn't even start your reading off right. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow this session to bring clarity, confirmation, understanding for Libra. Thank you. Um, all right. What are the message you have for my Libra? Mhm. Inner work and return to heart. I need you to get back to your old self. You need to let go of resentment. Let's break down resentment so that because some of you don't even realize that that's what you're clinging on to. What does clinging on to resentment look like? Because um, I want you to feel. That's why with peaceful resolution and this, if you believe here, so what do you want? Do you know? Do you know, Libra? Um, some signs increase agitation, withdrawal, criticism, and rumination. You may find yourself easily annoyed or angered by a person or a situation you resent. You might try to avoid contact with the person or situation or withdraw from social interactions related to them. You need to get back to you, Libra. If you've lost your way of you, then you need to make peace with giving so much power to a person or individuals who didn't reciprocate the energy that you were giving them and didn't reciprocate you pouring into their cups, and you didn't receive it. You didn't receive the flow of water energy to be filled in your cup. I need you to wake up, love. When it comes to return to heart, Libra, I breathe light and stick to the essentials for my soul. The present moment, I calm my thoughts, I focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace in inner silence. So, some of you Libras attach yourself to people who do drama, and you you may like a circle. You've outgrown a circle or a person or individuals, and unfortunately there's no more stimulation there. And even if you were to walk away from this type of association, it just feels like there's always something that draws you back. And so you need to work on your insecurities, Libra, and that comes from a good place. Okay, give me a transformation message for a direct transformation for Libras, my Libras in the collective. Thank you. Mm-mm-mm. What is a direct transformation message for Libra? You have animal kingdom coming in reverse. So when it comes to your nature, all right, I don't even have to read this card, Libra. You have how do I say this? You have adapted to other people's nature. Basically, you have become a person that's not you, and you know that. And you're needing to get back to who you are. Give me something else. For others of you, I understand when it comes to companionship, when it comes to animals, but if the animal is not yours, it's not your responsibility. Don't take that burden. It's no different than having an elder parent or a family member. If you choose to take the responsibility, understand the burdens that can come with it. Can you handle it? If you can't, don't take on those responsibilities. A mother's love is in reverse. Okay. So when it comes to transformation, Libra, the reason why creating uh, you keep creating different versions of yourself that are other people's nature and not your own. And it's not like you can't make your own decisions. It's just um, this won't be clear to you until you let go of resentment, until you detach from what it is that is blocking you from being able to see, that's blocking all of your senses, your thought process, your hearing, your tasting, your smell. All of your senses have been blocked. They're blocked. Your guides are trying to speak to you. Others of you, like I said, if you have a companion, it just feels like you have fallen out of the love of the responsibility of taking care of an animal. I don't care if it's a fish. It's an animal. What animal is a fish? Is a fish considered an animal? I don't know. Whoever. And there's also a Libra here where you don't want to be like someone you love. But unfortunately, it just feels like that's what's happening. You're becoming the person who you really love. And I'm speaking of family, the person who you really love, you're becoming them and you don't want to become them. You're not like them. But the more and more you engage, the more and more you start I don't want to say inherit. I want to say you're conforming to their ways, their behaviors, and you are doing them. And you're having these moments where you're like, no, this cannot be life. So clinging on to resentment is something that you need to let go of. What give me a transformation direct message for that resentment. Intuition nudges it. You see everything. You're not oblivious. Listen, you have the right to live your life, Libra, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. What other messages do you have for Libra? What other message do you have for Libra? Nervous, enlightenment, secure, orientation. I understand that you don't want to trigger anyone by telling them how you feel, but when it comes to you living life, you deserve that. And I understand the situation. Okay? The situation is very sensitive. You're walking on eggshells. You want to be free. You want to do what you want to do, but because this obligation, it's in the way. When it comes to who you are, Libra, you don't owe no one an explanation. Simply be. And when you cross that bridge, when that bridge shows up, and if you want to tell somebody what your orientation is, you can, but you don't owe no one an explanation. For some of you Libras, you have fallen out of love. And you're ready to explore elsewhere. That's your business. You don't have to make an announcement. Okay? All right. What are the messages for Libra? What is behind the scenes that Libra is clinging on to? What's behind the scenes that Libra is clinging on to? Guilt. Isn't that? Listen, Libra. Release the change of the past mistakes and embrace the growth they bring. Confirmation. Okay. Very straight message. What else? As much as I feel like this is a sensitive matter for you. You know what I mean? I feel like you didn't even realize you were clinging on to resentment. That's why I'm being gentle as possible with you. Memories. See, in this situation, the bad outweighs the good, and there's no change in that, Libra. Once you acknowledge that the bad has outweighed the good, you'll be able to make progress with detaching and clinging on, and to let go of resentment. Give me an overall I am message for Libra. Affirmations. Okay. Speak I can. You have fertility here, which is lovely. This is restoration together and positive thinking. I love this. And I said, this is confirmation. You have the right to live your life. But if you don't know what you want to live, what are you living for, what it is you want to do, I totally understand that. You need to be honest with yourself, Libra. You have temperance here. Just be patient with yourself. Can you do that for me, Libra? When it comes to uncertainty, be patient with yourself. It says, avoid extremes in any direction. Take the middle road in decision making. In all things, try to bring about a balance, Libra. Go forward with patience and test the waters carefully before jumping into suddenly. Be sure to examine your priorities carefully. All right, let's pull your angel guide message. Angel guide message for Libra, please. All All right, Libra, you have blessings and abundance. And just FYI, I'm not um asking you, I'm just letting you know what's available to you. Libra, we have the SGL Tarot Podcast, and there you will find your individual zodiac sign readings and your collective readings. Okay. All right. Any blessing and abundance. Let's see what that entails. Is your angel guide message. It says, a light of blessings and abundance is being wrapped around you now, and your angels want you to know that they are supporting you. All right, Libra. I love you. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle until we meet again.